I'd like to tell you about introductions and conclusions. Now, I'm not on campus, I don't have a classroom, I don't have a blackboard. So here I am in a parking lot to use the parking lot as my blackboard. This is an introduction. This is the body of the essay. And this is the conclusion. Let's talk about the introduction. The introduction has 3 parts. The first part is your opening statement. It's meant to grab the reader's attention and tell them, introduce your topic. How can you do that? Well, you could use a current problem or issue. You could use a past problem and perhaps compare it to a current problem. You could use an interesting quote or fact or statistic. What is the third part of the introduction? The third part is your thesis. Remember, your thesis is 1 sentence long. Okay, what's between the two? Connecting information. Something that moves from general to specific. Maybe it should prepare your reader for the thesis. So you might want to give them some background information or develop some aspect of something that you introduced here and develop it further. Now I'm going to show you a skit, and it's very short. And while you're watching the skit, I want to see if you can identify the 3 parts of the introduction.
Hi. We all know that with COVID, some people are feeling a lot of anxiety and depression, especially for people that are living alone. So it's maybe important to visit people on Zoom or outside. I've got a friend who lives alone. There's his house right there. And I don't want him to feel depressed or anxious. So I'm going to go and talk to him, visit him. My plan, specifically, is to ask him questions about his life and interests. I've got 3. 1 is politics because of the upcoming election. 2 is COVID because that's a common topic everybody talks about. And 3 is family. So it's time for me to put on my mask, and we're going to sit there outside on the bench and the chair so that we're socially distanced. Okay, see you later.
Okay, let's move to the conclusion. The conclusion also has 3 parts. The first part is a summary of your main ideas. Now that sounds like the thesis. Is it the same? No. You can talk about your main ideas, but develop them further. Instead of 1 sentence in the thesis, maybe it's 3 sentences here, where each one is developed and explained a little further, because we've learned a lot in the body. In the next part, I want you to analyze your main ideas. What is their significance? What's their importance? Why did you write this paper? What did we learn? The last part is the closing comment, and I like to think of it as moving out into the larger world. Very common to have a recommendation or a prediction. How can your paper and research affect the larger world? Or what are some more what is some more research that needs to be done on this topic. So very common to have recommendations and predictions in the last part. Now you'll watch a little more of that same skit and see if you can recognize the 3 parts of a conclusion within the skit. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Well, that was fun. Let me tell you what we talked about. Politics was a good conversation because of the presidential debate this week. And COVID was really important for him to talk about because his niece and grandnephew had COVID. They're doing okay now. My third topic was family. And the family was also pretty important because his mother had her 94th birthday just yesterday. And I guess he's worried about her. In the end, I think it was a really good visit. It seemed like he was a little bit less stressed at the end, and I should do this more often, shouldn't I? I should do this more often. Okay.